Hello everyone, my name is Katrina and I work for the Haldeman County Public Library. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fancy jar that you've decorated with a napkin. So what you need is a mason jar or any other form of jar or glass vase that you have at home. Some Mod Podge or white glue would work, some white paint, and 2 paintbrushes, a napkin. If it has a nice pattern on it, that's even better, and some scissors. So what you want to do first is take your mason jar or your glass jar or glass vase, and you want to paint it white and let that dry. So I've already done that, so we can just set that aside. Then you want to take your napkin, unfold it, and you want to cut it into strips. And these strips should be as even, these strips should be about the same size. So I'm just going to finish mine here. Now, if your napkin has a pattern on it, I would recommend that you try to stick with the pattern. Like, don't mix up the pieces. Alright, once you've cut your napkin into strips, what you need to do is separate the pieces of the napkin. So as you can see, my napkin has the front, or the top, that has the nice pattern on it, and then behind it, it actually has 2 layers of just like white napkin. So that you can set aside, but make sure that you keep the pattern piece. There we go. So now, once you have all of those separated, you need to take your mason jar that is now covered in white paint and dry, and you need to take your Mod Podge and one of your paintbrushes, and you want to start by brushing on some of the Mod Podge onto your jar. Just the body of the jar, you don't want to get it around the rim. So once you put some Mod Podge on the mason jar, then you just put your first piece of the napkin into the glue, and you can use the other dry paintbrush to attach, or just to dab in or dab on the napkin. Now you want to make sure you put the glue on the jar, not the napkin, because the napkin will break. And so you just continue with that. All the way around the jar. And if you get some of the glue onto the napkin, it's absolutely fine, because it will dry clear. And if your jar has a pattern like mine does, or a picture, it's really nice if you're able to line it up so that way each piece just continues the picture or the pattern. Just use that dry paintbrush get that napkin into all the crevices. Just keep going all the way around. Didn't put quite enough glue at the top so I can easily go back. 1 or 2 pieces more. Actually cut this next one a little smaller actually, because I only have a little bit of space left. Go. And the extra napkins around the top, just use a pair of scissors and just snip all of that off. Just take a little bit more glue, just dab it around the tops, just so that way it gets stuck on the jar. On the bottom, just want to use a little bit more glue just to attach the little pieces on the bottom. And there you have it. So once this dries, you can just take the top of your jar and you can just screw it on, and you can use it as a nice little knick-knack on your counter. Now earlier, when I was testing this out, I actually used a vase, and I was able to get the same effect on a nice vase. So you don't have to use a glass jar. You can use anything glass around the house. All right, thank you so much.